Today, we're breaking down a framework for building that quiet kind of authority, real influence. This isn't about being the loudest person in the room, not at all. It's about being the most centered. So, let's get into the code. And we're going to start right here with this quote because it's absolutely crucial. It sets the tone for everything we're about to cover. See, we're not talking about putting on a show or faking it. We're talking about building something real, something from a foundation of pure substance. So what exactly is the Presence Code? Well, as described by the founder of the League of Prestigious Gentlemen, Granison Shines, it's a behavioral doctrine. Think of it like an operating system, a set of principles that governs how you handle perception, how you create influence, and most importantly, how you master your own internal discipline, moment by moment. The entire framework really rests on these two core pillars. And what's so interesting here is the order. It all starts with internal mastery. Why? Because that true, unshakable presence, it's always built from the inside out. The external execution, everything people see, is just the natural result of having a solid inner world. Okay, so let's dig into that foundation, internal mastery. These are the principles that help you forge that unshakable internal state, one that doesn't get rattled by whatever's happening on the outside. Now, this first principle might seem a little counterintuitive, right? We live in a world that rewards frantic energy. But calm isn't about being passive. It's about controlled intensity. Just think of a surgeon in the middle of a complex operation or a pilot flying through turbulence. When chaos hits, the person who stays composed is the one everyone instinctively looks to as being in control. And this isn't some abstract idea, it's a practice. It's something you can actually do. So when a conversation gets heated, you intentionally slow down how fast you're talking. When people around you are getting agitated, you maintain that steady, calm eye contact. And maybe most importantly, you learn to control your own breathing to manage that physical stress response. You're not getting rid of your power, you're just focusing it. This brings us right back to that opening quote, skill. That is the true currency of authority. You can act confident all day long, but genuine respect? That only comes from showing you can actually do the job. Competence has to come before confidence, always. So, how do you put this into practice? You focus relentlessly on mastering the skills that actually move the needle. You embrace the grind of repetition, and you actively look for feedback to get sharper. The goal is to let your work, your actual performance, speak so loud that most questions get answered before anyone even has a chance to ask them. It's like a master craftsman. He doesn't have to talk about how good he is. The work does all the talking for him. A man who is constantly seeking approval is like a man trying to navigate without a map. And this third principle of internal mastery, it gives you that map. When you have a clearly defined purpose, it acts like an internal anchor, a filter for every single decision you make. And this slide just illustrates that mental shift perfectly. The approval mindset is always asking, do they like this? Am I getting enough validation? But the purpose mindset, it asks a completely different and way more powerful question. Does this align with my objective? It shifts your whole focus from what other people think to what your mission is. All right, so with that internal foundation firmly in place, let's look at how it translates into the second pillar, external execution. This is where that inner mastery gets expressed through your actions and how you communicate with the rest of the world. In the world of real influence, you'll often find that the more someone talks, the less authority they seem to have. Think about it. Constantly over-explaining or justifying everything you do, that signals a lack of conviction. Precision and brevity, on the other hand, signal clarity and decisiveness. This one really hits home. Talking just signals what you plan to do, your intent. But action signals what you are able to do. It signals real capability. And at the end of the day, you want to be known for your capability, not just your good intentions. So what does this look like in practice? Well, you start by cutting out all the filler words from your language, the ums and ahs. You stop feeling the need to justify every single decision. You learn to speak in conclusions, trusting that your track record of getting things done will give your words all the weight they need. Now, this next principle, this is where most people fail. See, real authority isn't built in one big, heroic moment. It's built day by day, through predictable, reliable patterns of behavior. It's like building a stone wall, right? It's the 100th stone, placed with the exact same care as the first, that creates a structure that's unbreakable. People trust what they can count on. This is all about choosing discipline over just raw intensity. Intensity is great, but it spikes and then it fades. Discipline is what sustains you. You build authority by standardizing how you show up, by taking the emotional ups and downs out of your performance, and by making damn sure your daily habits line up with the man you say you are. So, as we start to bring this all together, let's synthesize these principles. The ultimate goal of the Presence Code isn't to teach you how to perform presence. It's to bring you into a state of alignment, where presence is just who you are. And just look at how beautifully this all flows together into one whole. It starts with calm, which governs your emotions and creates that stable ground to build on. From that calm, you can practice restraint, which sharpens your communication so every word counts. Then your hard-earned skill gives real, authentic backing to your confidence. It's earned, not faked. That leads to consistency, which starts to define your behavior in everyone else's eyes. And finally, overarching everything, your purpose directs every single decision. You see how that works? You don't have to project presence anymore, you just operate from it. And that really leaves us with one final challenging question. It's the difference between theater and reality, between putting on a temporary act and adopting a fundamental state of being. The choice? Well, that's ultimately up to you.